When buyers walk into a home for the very first time, something really interesting happens. Within the first 30 seconds, they've already started forming an opinion about the property. They may not even realize they're doing it, but those first impressions begin shaping how they feel about the home almost immediately. And while buyers will eventually tour the entire house, open closets, look at bedrooms, and check out the backyard, those first moments when they step inside often influence the rest of the showing. So today, I want to talk about what buyers actually notice in the first 30 seconds of walking into a home. Because understanding those initial reactions can help sellers prepare their property in a way that makes a stronger impression. One of the first things buyers notice is the overall feeling of space. As soon as they enter a home, buyers are subconsciously asking themselves a simple question: does this place feel comfortable? They quickly scan the room and take in the layout, the furniture, and how easy it is to move through this space. If a room feels crowded or overly filled with furniture and personal belongings, the space can feel smaller than it actually is. Even homes with good square footage can feel tight if the rooms are overly full. On the other hand, when a space feels open and easy to move through, buyers often perceive the home as larger and more inviting. Sometimes simply reducing clutter or adjusting furniture placement can dramatically change how a room feels during those first moments. Lighting is another thing buyers notice immediately. Natural light can completely change the atmosphere of a home. Bright rooms tend to feel more welcoming, more open, and more comfortable. Dark rooms, even if they're large, can sometimes feel less inviting. Buyers often pay attention to the windows, the direction the home faces, and how light enters a space during different times of the day. Something as simple as opening curtains, cleaning windows, or turning on lights before a showing can make a noticeable difference in how the home feels. When a home feels bright and airy, buyers tend to respond more positively right away. Another factor buyers notice very quickly is cleanliness. This includes not only how tidy the home appears, but also the overall condition of the space. Buyers may notice things like the condition of floors, the appearance of countertops, and whether surfaces look well maintained. They also notice smells. Even subtle odors can influence a buyer's impression of a property. A home that smells fresh and clean tends to signal that the property has been cared for. On the other hand, strong or unpleasant odors can become distracting and affect how buyers perceive the home overall. Cleanliness might seem like a small detail, but it often plays a big role in the overall impression buyers form within those first few moments. Maintenance is another element buyers quickly pick up on. Things like chipped paint, worn flooring, outdated fixtures, or small repair issues can catch a buyer's attention almost immediately. Even if those issues are relatively minor, buyers sometimes interpret them as signs that the home may require additional work. Once buyers begin thinking about repairs or updates, they may start calculating how much time or money and or both might be needed after they purchase a property. That thought process can influence how they evaluate the value of the home. Addressing small maintenance issues before listing can help create a stronger first impression and allow buyers to focus on the home's positive features instead. Buyers also notice the flow of the home. As they move from one room to another, they're already imagining how their daily routines might work in that space. They think about where furniture could go, how the living areas connect to the kitchen, and whether the layout feels comfortable and practical. If the layout feels intuitive and easy to navigate, buyers tend to feel more relaxed as they move through the home. When a home flows naturally from one space to another, buyers often feel more connected to the property. That connection can make a lasting impression during the showing. Ultimately, those first 30 seconds inside a home set the tone for the entire visit. If the home feels welcoming, clean, bright, and easy to imagine living in, buyers are more likely to stay engaged and explore the property with interest. But if the first impression feels overwhelming, cluttered, or poorly maintained, buyers may begin to disengage before they've even seen the entire home. Preparing a home for sale with those first impressions in mind can make a meaningful difference in how buyers experience the property. Sometimes the smallest details, lighting, cleanliness, and simplicity can shape the way buyers feel the moment they walk through the door. And those feelings can ultimately influence whether they imagine themselves living there. Take care.